Not get Windows on the Steam Deck. I've been researching a lot about whether or not if I should get Windows on the Steam Deck, and if you did not know, you could do that. You can make your own PC if you wanted to, but I was a bit hesitant and I'm a bit concerned about the longevity of my Steam Deck. Windows on anything, you'd assume it will be amazing. Not in this case. There's a lot of issues when it comes to Windows on Steam Deck and malfunctioning and whatnot on the OS of Steam and Linux and whatnot. Basically, you're removing Linux on the Steam Deck. That's the one main issue of this, if that makes sense, because if you remove it or try to overlap it, it's gonna do a bit of a dodgy stuff. What I mean by dodgy stuff is certain games, if you were to load them, they won't actually be in the native resolution of the Steam Deck. If you use it normally like a PC, certain things won't actually function very well because it will be so used to the normal native resolution being 1920 by 1080. Then you'll have to reprogram everything to sort out for the resolution for your screen, and it's a bit of a hassle personally.
Post while you're here, I forgot to mention something called dual booting. Essentially what that is, it's a method where you could have Windows on a separate micro SD card with other games and whatnot, but once again, it's just a bit of a long procedure to do so. It's easier said than done, and it's very complex to do.
I've seen a lot of updates and I've seen a lot of frequent things that Steam have been and Valve have been integrating for Windows to make it a better performance and better overall for the people who have it. But when I say long term it can affect it, I wouldn't personally, I'm not going to risk it. Yes, Valve has been fixing everything for the Windows programming thing on the deck, and yes, do whatever you want with this, it's your thing. But once again, there's that risk of doing it and coming out, if it's possible, of it to run smoother than normal, because there's online videos and performance issues when you load up a game from Windows compared to the actual base Linux OS of Steam. There's a big difference, and yes, Valve do have frequent updates on this, but once again, I would not risk it and I wouldn't get Windows on the Steam Deck because of that big risk of what if this happens, what if my Steam Deck just goes poof one day, you know? Moving back to the actual OS of the Steam Deck and the overall Linux, when I first started using it, it's been about a couple weeks now, or a month. First week I was very confused and I was very like, okay, I need to be more aware of what I'm doing to just understand it a bit more. And to me, when I literally loaded up the Steam Deck, it just reminded me of like the Apple type interface where everything's in your face and there, and like everything's searchable, everything's there, quick navigations, whatnot. Is very, very simple. The Linux side of things, I haven't actually dived into it, but there is so much resources online. There's so many YouTube videos that you could go check out. Genuinely, you could go dabble into that and have fun, because essentially I'm learning a completely new operating system, because I'm not wanting to risk my Steam Deck to have Windows or have a different operating system that I'm used to, even though Windows is on my computer, Windows is everywhere and beyond. For the Steam Deck personally, once again, I will not risk it because of these reasons. I would suggest to wait for extra information, or waiting for that 99% it is working on the Steam Deck. Let's say you actually do it and there's just so many issues, then you'll have to reformat the whole thing again and redo your whole information again, and then that's just too much hassle, too much risk. No one's stopping you from doing this. I'm just making a video to be aware of these issues. Of course, it's all magic and whatnot when it comes to Windows, but on the Steam Deck itself right now, it's not the best time, or right now it's not the best to do it, if that makes sense. I would suggest waiting for that 99% headline of that Windows is now usable on Steam, even though it is, but there's many bug fixes and many issues that Steam and Valve figure out every other week to then update it constantly. So yeah, that's it. That's why I don't think you should get Windows on Steam. Let's get a debate going in the comments about this. Let me know if you do have Windows. It's been a Borgia. Subscribe if you haven't already. Take care and peace.